So in this video, I'm gonna show you guys how to improve fast on controller. This tutorial will help you become a better fighter in ranked and also have a better mechanics. So you will also be more consistent and have crazy aim. Trust me, you've been struggling to improve on controller and this is the perfect video for you. Watch the video until the end and listen carefully not to miss something. So for the tip 1, you guys need to learn how to play claw. A lot of you guys may not even know, but you play non-claw. If you want to know what the claw is, it's the technique that allows players to press your controller buttons while keeping your right thumbs on the right stick and middle fingers on the triggers. I play claw and it simply gives me the full use of all actions without having to take my thumbs off the joysticks. In Fortnite FPS game, you're constantly moving and aiming, so anytime you have to take your thumb off the joysticks, it can drastically affect your gameplay. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you guys how I play claw exactly. I'm using the regular DualSense, no pedals. I have control freaks on joysticks that makes my movement better in different tough situations. I play regular claw, non-double claw. I'm pressing the controller buttons with my index finger while never leaving the thumb of the right joystick, like this. This allows me to jump, build, aim at the same time. This is highly necessary in Fortnite when you're building while reacting on your opponent and fighting them. My settings are individual. You're choosing your comfortable settings by your own, but I'm editing on touchpad like this. I'm resetting the buildings on L2. Thanks to my long fingers, I can get to touchpad and L2 at the same time, like this. I'm playing like this. Okay, so the next tip depends on your platform and your budget. So today is 7 years from the beginning of Fortnite history and game has changed colossally, providing features like parkour, sprinting and turbo building of course. Players are getting better, training day by day, and even a week break may be fatal for you. But one thing remains unchanged is the FPS that your platform supports. That's quite simple. If you have more FPS, your game is more controllable, your moves are clear, and you're reacting on your opponents instantly. So in this case, you need upgrades. I'm playing on PS5, which allows me to play Fort on 120 FPS. I do have a monitor that supports 120 and even more frames. There is no doubt that you know this model Odyssey is widely famous, but there is some alternatives. Of course, if you seek a cheaper price. Postscriptum, PC gamers, I'm not the specialist for you, you know it better than me. I remember the times when I was streaming in the past, my frames were 200 FPS with specs GeForce 1060 and Intel i5 2.7 GHz. Now T3 is having a good control settings. So starting off my graphics, as you can see I'm on 120 FPS mode, just make sure it's on for you. Also make sure that your brightness is set to the highest, because if you're on a console there are shadows, so it makes a lot harder to see in the zone or just in general with your gameplay. I have a Tritonopia colorblind, so it's much easier to see the zone. I have set it on the 5 because it's just right in the middle, so it's kind of perfect for me. For the motion blur, I have it on. It makes your moves a lot smoother and more stable. So let's get down straight to the most interesting part. So starting with control after run, I have this off. I don't think it's much important as the second part. A Builder Pro. You have to make sure it's turned on, because if not, there will be a huge delay whenever you try to build. Having this on is a must. Also make sure your hold time is at lowest, so you will have the least amount of delay. Light is set to the highest. Another tip to have zero delay is turn off vibration. If it's on, it will cause a huge delay. If we scroll a little bit down, an important sensitivity is your build mode and your edit mode. These two settings are super important, because if you have your sense too low, it will make you stiff, and if you have it too high, it will be uncontrollable. I have them two set to 1.8, so my moves are smooth. For my look horizontal and vertical speed, these two settings are also super important. Horizontal speed is how you rotate left and right. Vertical is how you rotate up and down. I have them set to 46%. All of my boosts are turned off. I don't use any of them. If we go to my advanced sense ADS, they known as your settings for aim options. ADS horizontal is how you aim while rotating left and right, and vertical speed is how you aim while rotating up and down. I have them set to 14%. I'm being crazy at aiming. Just have a look at some of my clips. Вдвоем по мне. Минус? На.
Тоже откуда типы прилетели?
So if you wanna try my sense, just give it a go. But just make sure that all of your boost is off. Scope speed multiplier is a new option. This setting only applies for any scoped weapons. I set it to 1.05 just to have a little more control. My look dampening time is set all the way to the 0. Look input curve is super important. Basically, it means that if you are on linear, you have more control over your joysticks. Exponential makes you more stiff and gives you a better aim. So the last thing is your dead zone. Lowering it causes controller stick drift, and making it high makes you a lot stiff. The best tip is put your dead zone between 6 and 10. So tip 4 is using LAN cable instead of your Wi-Fi connection. So this is my statistic checked via speed test. My router is 2 steps from the console, but I'm still using cable connection. I checked how it works on the console, results are incredible. Anyways, playing on McDonald's Wi-Fi will play a bad joke with you, like this. So the last tip is practicing. The best way to improve is play for VK and fight for the kills. It means to play smart, but also play aggressive. Playing box fights helps a lot. It forces you to play smart angles. You can play here 1v1, 2v2. In box fights you're always in tough situations, so this helps a lot. So another way to improve is playing realistics. It helps you learn how to play endgame or mid-game. It allows one player spawn high ground and another spawn low ground. It switches every round, so it gives everyone an advantage. It tends to be always very quick, so you can make constant actions. The best alternative for box fights, 100%. The third way to improve your mechanics is playing courses. This is the Rider's map and it has endless options. It allows you to practice different types of edit. There are different levels of difficulty. Easy start double edits or triple edits. In total there are 100 practice spots where you can train your muscle memory. Before you go into endgames, make sure you practice here enough for a consistency. Your trained mechanic is the key to succeed in Battle Royale and even in tournaments.